Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is your personal guru, GuruMatt here, and welcome back to, well, it's not really back, but it's my first question and answers video. I just want to start off by saying I was really blown away by the support and the response. I think we had like at least over 40 people asking various questions. I'm just really grateful. I was thinking maybe we'd get 10, possibly 20 questions total. Nah, like you guys blew that out of the park, so thank you. So let's get to it. iPyroZ asks, how old are you? Well, I am 35 years old. Gaming Legend _11 asks, do you think you will reach 1 million subscribers? I do. By the way, glad to be here while you're small so I can brag. Thanks, man. I think anyone on YouTube likes to dream big, and I think we got the legs. I think maybe one day I could possibly reach 1 million subscribers. Who knows? Let's see what the future holds. Onlyboy says questions. Number 1, what is your favorite prison? Number 2, what is your favorite food? Number 3, how old are you? Number 4 is favorite escapist 2 item. And number 5, best/favorite escape. Well, I've been saying it again and again. My favorite prisons are like all 3 of the transport prisons. Like, I just absolutely adore the fact that you get to do everything is a lot more faster, a lot quicker, and even failure is just like, oh well, I can get right back into it. I didn't really lose much. My favorite food, I'm gonna say for breakfast, my favorite food is eggs Benedict. Anytime I go to a restaurant and I'm ordering breakfast, I judge the restaurant based off how good the eggs Benedict is. I'm 35, so and then favorite escapist 2 item is gonna have to be bleach. Not gonna lie, it's a decent weapon. It's not contraband, so you don't lose it if you lose a fight, and you can turn it into an infirmary outfit. It's like win-win-win. My best/favorite escape. I would have to say I really love the grappling hook route on Glorious Regime. You get to just build a grappling hook, leap over a building, and walk out free. That's just really nice. Meme Frame asks, questions. What motivates you to play The Escapist 2 so much? Are you still loving The Escapist 2 as much as you did before? Darkest moments in The Escapist 2? Favorite thing to do? And what's your favorite food? Well, what motivates me to play The Escapist 2 so much is YouTube. Not gonna lie, the thought that I could actually make into, like, get a foot in the door when it comes to viewership and subscribers on YouTube, I thought, you know what, this game is really popular, but it's very frustrating. And so chances are people are going to be looking for guides. And I thought, hey, if I'm like making guides, maybe some people will like my guides, and well, here we are. As far as me still loving this Escapist 2, I really like it, but I also crave newness, and so once you've like kind of mastered everything, you're just kind of like, well, there's the game. It took a while to master everything, granted, and it was definitely worth the purchase, but like I'm just looking so forward to that prison editor. Oh, it's gonna be great. As for the darkest moment, I would definitely have to say, like, sometime on the USS Anomaly, I had a lot of trouble with that. It was like the 4th prison I went to, and I think I still hadn't known where the jetpack was, and I was trying to do the race from space. It took me like 5 hours. I have it live on stream still on my Twitch channel. I have that saved, the whole run. Oof. But like, I finally was able to. I was really bad at getting keys and making anything, and so resources were hard because I kept losing everything. And I finally got enough to get enough things to get into the back room where there's like an energy field and up above, and it's just. I got up there and I couldn't figure out how to get in, and I'd like just used all my resources for it. And I didn't notice in the corner there that you had to like look at it, and it would say you need an energy module, and. So like I was just like, where am I supposed to find this jetpack? It was bad. Eventually I did it, but ooh, that was rough. My favorite thing to do, well, I'm not gonna lie, I really love to eat. I love food. The food is delicious. And eating while watching something good or talking with people that are fun, I think that's a really fun activity. It's still one of my favorite things to do. And what's my favorite food? Again, I will also say, for another favorite food of mine, I do love the burrito. Now you may ask why? Well, because it's a very versatile food. You don't really need to have anything in there except what you want in there. And then you just wrap it all up, and it's in your hand, and there you go. You got whatever you like, all in the palm of your hand. Very nice, very economical. I like it. Sharp Blue says, "Do you want to make this an escapist channel?" Yeah, I kind of do. That's why I'm wanting to get the president or editor out, is so that I can more regularly make consistently good videos for the escapists. I feel like I've kind of mined that mine as far as down as I can really go for right now. I mean, there's a couple things here and there I've been putting off or just haven't really thought or gotten to inspiration to do, but eventually I do plan on coming back to it. Reiner Gashi says, "Thanks, you're one of my favorite YouTubers, and I love the concept that you're doing. And no other YouTuber that I know talks so much. And it's great that you even play with subscribers. And here's my question. Which in-cut do you like most from the only transport prisons?" Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate all that. For the transport prisons, I'd have to say, what's the one? It's the one where you escape with the dolphin. Oh no, wait, no, that's that's at sea, but that's HMP Offshore. Oh wait, is there? I think there was one where it's like scuba doo, and you get to swim with the dolphins as well. I really liked that one. I forget which one that was. Although, all the ones at the, the railroad one was really fun. I really liked all those too. The Tryhard Gamer says, "What's your favorite game? And what games do you plan on playing with your fans?" If you had to ask me what my favorite game was, I'd have to say, the Mass Effect trilogy. And I say it as a trilogy because really, the fun was the fact that you could keep your character from game to game to game. And your choices from each game would reflect onto the other games. I mean, not as much as a player would hope, but that's kind of understandable given the constraints a production company has. They can't possibly butterfly effect all of your choices through all the games. It'd just be too much. But it was still really fun. I've replayed those many a time, and I still really love them. And then what games I plan on playing with your fans? Escapist 2, and then we're gonna have to see the rest in the future. I know a lot of people really want me to play Rocket League, and so that might be a thing, but we'll see. Give me your suggestions in the comments below. If I have it, or if it's free to play, it might be an option. Surge Gaming Vlogs and More says, "Who's your favorite fan? Funniest escape? Do you have social media? Are you gonna get PS4 or Xbox One? Bonus question for the fans, which console do you have?" Well, as for my favorite fan, all of you, equally are my favorite. I can't possibly pick one over the other. You're just all equally amazing in your own unique ways, which is what's really cool about meeting new people. Funniest escape? I'd have to say, I think the perimeter breakout on the Glorious Regime. You do a break dance behind Glorious Leader's back. I thought that was great. I laughed. I do have Twitter when it comes to social media. So if you look me up on TheRealGuruMatt, I believe I'm on there somewhere. I hardly ever use it, but I should get better on these in the future. But hardly anyone's on me there anyway, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. I don't really have a console right now. I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One, so maybe someday in the future I will get one. Swagger Boy says, "Will you play Rocket League?" Yes, I've gotten enough requests. I will eventually get that game when it's on sale and I have the money for it, but my priority is new games, because I kind of want to, if you're new on YouTube and you don't have much of a player base, basically the way you get subscribers is, one of the ways at least, is you're kind of the only game in town, or you're one of the first people to do something, and so that's kind of where my focus is at right now. Jackie D says, If you design your own transport DLC prison, what would it be like? Congrats on 500. Thanks, man. Well, if I had to design my own transport prison, I would have a fantasy theme, and it would be an airship. Like, one of the ways you would escape would be, like, making yourself a pair of wings and, like, maybe flying off, or maybe a teleportation circle down to the ground, or I don't know. I think it would be a lot of fun, and it would be really cool if it wasn't just stationary. So, you start off the transport prison, like, at one altitude, but then, like, during the course of the timer, things would change. So, like, maybe you go up at a higher altitude and you can't be outside, or maybe there's another ship attacking you, like pirates or something, and maybe that's one of the ways to escape. Leave this onto the pirate ship. So I think that would be pretty cool. Nicolo Milojevic, and sorry if I mispronounce your names, say, hey man, are you going to record Super Mario Odyssey someday? No, not looking likely. I don't have a console, sorry. I don't have the Wii Switch or whatever you need. Henry C says, will you escape my way? You betcha. If you guys have a fun or interesting idea for a challenge on how you want me to escape, I'm willing to entertain those. But like, I think I had one suggestion, which was use walk everywhere you go, and I was like, no, that'd just take way too long. But let me know in the comments below if you guys have any ideas you want to see, and I'll see about maybe doing some of those. Ivan Karatachia says, good job, man. Keep it going. Don't give up, man. Also, do you plan on doing any collabs? Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I really do love all you guys' encouragement. It does help. I mean, it's just great to see people's reactions and know, okay, maybe people actually do enjoy what I do. As for collabs, I do occasionally do some stuff with, well, I did do some stuff with Just Kyle 93, or I think that's his name. We are good friends in real life, and he's been off YouTube for a little bit because of, him, real life being busy and all. And I've been doing some stuff with Chirping Matt a little bit, but again, it's not stuff like we can do a lot of because we don't have many games in common. But yeah, I do like doing collaborations, and I think that's a lot of fun, so I'll definitely be trying to do more of those in the future. Yeet Yote says a lot of things. I'll just go down the list. Where do you think you'd be without Escapist 2? I would not have any of you subscribers. Like, the Escapist 2 is a great game, but definitely needed some guides, and I was glad to fill that slot. What day job, if any, do you have? Currently, I am in between work, but I will be going to Japan, and I will be teaching English over there as an assistant English teacher. So that'll be around March. I'm looking forward to that. Will you dabble in the Escapist 2 Prison Editor? Well, maybe, but I'm not a huge builder as much as I know a lot of you guys are. And I'm probably going to be swamped with requests to do videos on those. So I'm more looking forward to playing your guys' maps than making my own. But who knows? I might feel inspired by something. What did you do before streaming? Well, actually, I've been going to college. The last few years I've been trying to get a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I recently graduated last spring, so that was really neat. If you could own any company in the world, which one and why? I would own BioWare. I'd steal it away from EA. I mean, if I had all the money also, I would just be like, make more RPGs. I loved Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Do it again. How old are you? Of course, I'm 35. And then one more question. If you had to live with anyone who watches your stream, who would it be? It would be my parents. They are amazing individuals and have checked me out on stream occasionally, and so I would love to live back with them again. But that's not the case. I don't need to. And yeah, of course, follow his Yeet-Yo's Twitch. He's got a Twitch as well, so if any of you are interested in seeing his stuff, feel free. No need to, I don't mind shameless advertising whatsoever. Phoenix Warlord, the Molten Diamond Heart. Love that name. Is Matt your real name? Yes, it is. Do you want to play other games besides the ones you already play? I always do. Like, one of the things I love about games and gaming in general is learning new things and learning how to play them and work within the structures the game presents you. What inspired you to play video games? They're fun. Not much beyond that. I just really enjoy them, and so I do them. Do you like anime? Yes, I am a huge anime nerd. I'm also an older anime nerd, so a lot of the shows I've watched, no one's ever heard of. Like my favorite show is called The Irresponsible Captain Tyler. So if you look that up, you can see a really old show, and it is my favorite. What's your opinion on Pokemon? It's a cool series. I played it when I was younger, and I had like a Pokemon Red, I believe, back in the day. So I got really into it. I knew like all 150 by heart. It's like way too many now though, so I kind of stopped getting the games. Have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube? Never in my life. If you didn't do YouTube, what job do you think you would have had? Well, I'm still working on that. I am going to be doing a job in March as an English teacher, and I'm hoping YouTube will be a job in the future, though. Like, that would be awesome. It's not at that point, but maybe one day. Do you wish you had a shrink ray or a portal gun? I would take the portal gun. I don't think I'd do well with the shrink ray. Like, that seems like things could go really wrong with that. Preferred element, and what is it? I'd have to say water. Like, it's a really neat substance. It can basically transform itself into 3 different states, and it's very versatile, and you need it to live, and it's delicious. What's your favorite mineral? My favorite mineral would have to be cobalt, because it just sounds awesome. Like says, what's your favorite game from the 1900s? I think okay, so before 2000, that would have to be Aladdin for the Super Nintendo. And forgive me for going to a little story time, but this is the reason why. When it first came out and I first started playing it, I didn't know that L and R on the Super Nintendo controller actually was attached to your glide. Like, there's a little glide in the game that makes everything a lot easier. Unfortunately, when I first picked it up, I tried all the buttons, and L and R didn't do anything. I thought, well, that's that. I didn't realize that I had run into you grab the carpet a little bit later down the level. And since in my mind I was thinking L and R never did anything, I just never pressed those buttons ever again. And so my first playthrough, it was really hard. Like, there was a couple of jumps you can only get if you were pixel perfect on both the takeoff and the landing. And I barely was able to get through the game. But by the time I got to the end, I was so well versed at jumping, I had mastered it. The boss was easy. It wasn't until later I found out, oh, L and R makes you glide and it makes everything easier. Wow, this game is easy now. And so I was able to just keep playing that over and over again because I felt like I had attained a real mastery of the game, and it was a lot of fun. And then I'd even talk to people afterwards and be like, hey, do you remember this game? They'd say things like, yeah, this boss was really hard. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? He was super easy. All you had to do was jump really well. I guess people got really used to gliding and never learned how to jump properly, so that was that. Pingy Dash 123 says, can you play Bendy and the Ink Machine? Like, I'm really hesitant to play any sort of any sort of game that's scary because I'm a big wuss when it comes to scary video games. And maybe I would also want my audio equipment to be a little better. I notice that sometimes when I like yell in excitement or whatever, the audio isn't as great, and so I'd love to maybe do that. And then of course I don't really have the funds to buy as many of the games that I want to play or play for you guys, but someday in the future maybe. Yellow Bear says, which prison do you find the hardest to escape in The Escapist 2? And what's your favorite transport prison in The Escapist 2? Well, the hardest prison for me was the USS Anomaly, only because I rushed to it. When the game came out, there weren't a lot of YouTubers or Twitch people doing the USS Anomaly because you have to get enough keys in order to get it unlocked. But I noticed that the transport prisons were really easy to get keys in, so I found people online to help me do the multiplayer escapes for those, and we rocked through all the transport prisons really, really quickly, and I was able to get enough keys to unlock the USS Anomaly very quickly. But this meant that I didn't know how to play the game very well, except for outside of the transport prisons, and so it took me a long time to learn, and the USS Anomaly is very punishing. Like, I didn't know you had to wear a uniform, and you wouldn't get scrutinized by the guards for going through desks. I didn't even know you could pick up the desks and move them so the cameras couldn't see them. So the way I'd have to scrounge for resources is run into a desk, open it while the camera's glaring at me, and glance briefly at the contents, then run out, hoping that there wasn't anything I needed or missed, and repeat the process until my heat was too high and I got beat up again. It was rough. But my favorite transport prison is definitely the HMS Orca. I really love the size of it. Like, you know, the airplane and the train are both pretty neat. But the HMS Orca is just huge, and you get to go in a lot of different places, and I really like that. Andre Ivan asks, what is your first escape to streamed or recorded? I think USS, but I'm not sure. LinkedIn sub? Aw, thanks. Oh, and are you going to play regular Minecraft? Well, my first escape attempt was actually with my friends Kyle and Jake, and we were doing Senator Perks 2.0. We were trying to get out of the perimeter, but we still didn't know the game very much, and we were doing it live, for Kyle's YouTube channel, and we were just having like several episodes where nothing was getting done, and finally I was like, wait a minute, there's this thing called Last Post here. I think it's an escape that we can get out. So we figured out we could use that for the escape, and we got out, and we're like, yes, freedom. And am I going to play regular Minecraft? Probably not. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there already doing Minecraft stuff, and they're amazing channels. And I'm kind of like got The Escapist 2 as my flagship, and then I'm looking to hopefully draw in more subscribers with unique videos and cool content. If I get like a lot of people demanding that they want to see me play Minecraft or play with me, that might happen in the future, but for now, not looking likely. Luca P says, do you have any pets, and if you do, what breed is it? What is your favorite website? Have you heard of Pokemon, and do you like it? Would you rather live on the moon or Earth? And finally, what games do you intend on playing in the future? Well, I don't have any pets right now, but I did have a pet growing up, a miniature schnauzer named Major McDougal, or Mac for short. He was a really great guy. My favorite website, I do go on Reddit a lot. It's pretty nice in that you can pick and choose what part of it do you want to go to. They have what they call subreddits, so you can go to the Escapist subreddit by going to www.reddit/r/theescapists, I believe. And there isn't a lot of people. It's not very active, but you can go to different communities, or there's funny videos if the community, there's funny pictures community. It's great. Of course, I've heard of Pokemon. It's pretty much everyone in the world has heard of Pokemon at this point. It's a very long-running show and video game series, and I do like it, but I don't really play it myself. I think I would rather live on the Earth. I don't think the moon has any infrastructure that is livable. But if I had like a moon base up there, I think that would be pretty cool. I might choose the moon, just for the view alone. What games I plan on playing in the future? I do plan on playing whatever comes around that looks cool, and mostly I just want to see what I would enjoy, and hopefully you guys would enjoy watching me. Theodore oh man, I'm gonna mess this up. Theodore Lagojevic says, questions here. Are you gonna be playing the custom-made maps? Yes. I am definitely going to be playing those. I'm really looking forward to that. I think I'm more excited to be playing those maps than you guys are gonna be to watch me play. It's gonna be great. Alexis says, tell me, what do you love about The Escapist 2, and how did you discover The Escapist 2? I believe I watched a YouTuber named Northern Lion play it with another YouTuber named Mathis Games, and that's how I saw it first. And I really love that you can just, it's very creative. But it's also a game about inches. Like, you have to scrounge for resources. I do love that. Like, whenever I play like Fallout or any game made by Bethesda, I'm always running around looking through trash, seeing if I can find just a little bit more bit of resources that I can haul around and turn into bottle caps or what have you. The Wii Gamer says, "What's your favorite escapist DLC?" I'm gonna have to say the Glorious Regime. I do really like the Wicked Ward. I think that set pieces are amazing, and that it's really incredible how like it just the ambiance is perfect. But to actually escape in, I really love the Glorious Regime because that map was made for grappling hooks, and I love using the grappling hook. It's so much fun. Like grappling up and down stuff. Oh, it's great. No Clip Riot says, "When's your birthday?" My birthday is May 12th. Cubic165 says, "What do you think about if what do you think about it if Team 17 added you as a random con?" Ah. Oh. Okay, funny story. First off, I would just flip out and I'd love it. It would be amazing. It would be like the highlight of my year almost. And a funny story is, I kind of thought they did at one point. I had made myself as a con in the Glorious Regime for fun, and then forgot. I think I spent like a bajillion hours on the USS Anomaly trying to do that map. So when I went back to the Glorious Regime to do guides for it, or explore it or whatever, I was going around the desks and I was going through GuruMatt's desk and I was like, oh, did they put me in the game? And I was like, there's no way. It wasn't the case. But for like half a second there, half a minute maybe, I was like, oh, that would have been so cool. But no, it did not. Like, if I was in the Escapist 3 though, that would be amazing. Metro574 says, "GuruMatt, it's actually been a while, but I got 2 questions. One, for Wicked Ward, you get 4 new hats, complete it, and you get a wizard hat. Question 2, will you ever play Roblox anytime soon?" So yes, if you do, there's like new rewards now that they've updated the criminal record. You get Glorious Leader's hat for escaping the Glorious Regime, and you get a wizard hat, I guess, for the other one. So yeah, as long as you get one of those escapes, you get those new hats. And then will I ever play Roblox? I'm looking at that. I've been gonna need to again, I'm still working on trying to get a good capture system going for desktop capture, which is what you kind of need for Roblox, as well as Destiny 2. So I browsed it out. It looks kind of interesting. It looks like really complicated. So we'll see about that in the future. Snowy One Games says, "Is Chirping Matt a friend named after you, or coincidence? Question mark. That's it. Congratulations." Thanks for the congrats. Chirping Matt is not named after me. It was actually kind of funny. We met each other while playing the multiplayer online around the early time when the game was coming out, and I said that I was streaming on YouTube, or I think it was Twitch at the time. So I was streaming on Twitch, and he said, "Oh, I'll check you out," and that's how we met, and that's how we've continued on from there. And we remain friends to this day. Israel DeBomb says, "If you were in a prison and works like the game, would you think you would be able to escape?" It would only depend if I could find one of the unique escapes. If I had to scrounge enough resources to dig my way to freedom or cut through things or have to time it so that I would get shut, I wouldn't do anything that would risk guard heat and risk getting me beat up. I think once getting beat up and then taken to the infirmary, I would never again try that. Because it would be painful in real life. Oh. Not like I play the game. I don't care. I just get beat up all the time. Oh, yeah. Just Kyle93 says, "What do you think was the biggest factor for your channel gaining traction so quickly?" Well, I think it was kind of I was the only game in town kind of thing. A lot of the other YouTube channels that were interested in and have done videos for the game, they concentrate them playing the game because that's their YouTube content. Meanwhile, a lot of other channels that are smaller aren't very well polished, aren't very don't really focus on the guides as much. Like they will clip the last 10 minutes of their run on Twitch and call it a walkthrough, and I'm like, yeah, that isn't really a walkthrough. People are gonna want like short, no nonsense. Here's what you do. Here's how you leave. This is a guide. Enjoy. And it seems like you guys appreciated that, and a lot of people found their way to here through that. And so I was really lucky in that respect. Oh, and one of the other things is I was really surprised by the response to the Minecraft story mode streaming on YouTube, and it actually really encouraged me to start streaming more on YouTube. And so that's what I've been doing today. Nick Hazelton says, questions. How old are you? Favorite prison? Favorite escape? Maybe for each prison. Favorite YouTube channel? Not you. When do you think the map editor will come out? And then requests. Play fan created maps when the map editor comes out. Face reveal when you get webcam and more streams. So I am 35. My favorite prison is actually like I really like the Glorious Regime. It's again grappling hooks. That's all I gotta say. Favorite escape, maybe for each prison. I'm gonna say I just love all the unique escapes. Like if I had to go by prison, chances are I would say most of the time I would say one of their unique escapes. I just love the fact that it's a really creative way to escape a prison, and that the game allows you to do that. It's a lot of fun. My favorite YouTube channel that is not me, Jacksepticeye. Just for Let's Plays and stuff, I really love his energy and the character that he brings to his videos. I find that a lot of fun. But if I didn't have a Let's Play channel, I would say Captain Disillusion. He is pretty fun. He basically is he's a special effects editor, and he debunks like other videos that people claim might be real but are really created with special effects, and he does it in a really amusing way. As for when I think the map editor will come out, I don't know at this point. They have promised to release more details closer to the release, so until I see those details released, I'm not going to put any sort of date on when I think the map editor might come out. So hopefully sometime soon. Yes, I will play fan created maps. That's definitely the thing I'm going to be doing. I will do a face reveal when I get a webcam. Hopefully I can get one before 1,000 subscribers and get you guys seeing that, and I want to like be more open with my audience and that sort of thing. And definitely more streams. I will also want to schedule these streams, but I haven't been able to set myself down to do that yet. Golden Gamer says, questions. What game do you like most? / will you ever play the following games? Mirror's Edge, Assassin's Creed, and will you play Crash Bandicoot? So I've said earlier I really like the Mass Effect trilogy, and I do love the Dragon Age games, but if I had to say the game I like the most on like Steam PC that I played a lot lately, it'd have to be Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Like, okay, the game is kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of mature. The subject matter is very horrifying, but the gameplay itself is excellent. Like you basically you try to defeat all these enemies, and you have to find resources. It's you get different items on each level, and they can synergize to do well. There's so many different items, like hundreds of different items in the game. So sometimes you can get a good run, or sometimes the run can be really tough. So there's a lot of variety, there's a lot of newness, even replaying it over and over and over and over. So I really like that about it. I don't play it as much these days, but I played it a lot. I don't think I'll play Mirror's Edge. I don't hate it, I just don't own it, or haven't played any of the other games. Maybe if they come out with a new one, or maybe if an old one's really on sale, I might get it. I do have Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the PC, and I am interested in maybe playing that for stream, or playing that as Let's Play, so maybe one day in the future for that. I haven't played Crash Bandicoot as a child, or when I was younger, and I don't own it now, so I'm not very likely to play it, unfortunately. Omega Monster YouTube says, favorite car? It would have to be The DeLorean from Back to the Future after it's been upgraded so it flies. I mean, how can you really beat a time traveling flying car that runs off of garbage? You know, any garbage that you have, you just toss it in and power it. That's can't say no to that. The Brothers 97 says Q&A question: what's your favorite game? What's your favorite escape in Escapist 2? How old are you? And what's your favorite color? So I've been getting a lot of the favorite games, so I'm trying to like have different games to give to that answer. If I had to choose my favorite puzzle game, it would have to be a game called Antichamber. This is a game you can pick up on Steam, and I actually recommend giving it a look. It's really cool. It's really trippy too. You're going through this area, and things can change around you. You can like go back into the hallway you thought you just gone through, and an entirely different room might be there. It's a lot of puzzling, a lot of exploring, a lot of fun. My favorite escape in Escape is 2. I said earlier I like the grappling hook escape, but I also, what else do I really like? I like Snooty. I really do like running around with the dolphins, just for the end credits, not necessarily for the escape itself. Yeah. I can't really think of any other escapes. I am 35 years old. And then, what's my favorite color? You know, when I was younger, I'd say green, but right now, I really like the color blue. I just really dig it. Alright, Chirping Matt. What's your favorite game to play when you're not streaming or recording? I would have to say, for relaxation, that I don't want to stream or record because it's just really awkward to probably do both of those things, is Total War Warhammer. I don't think you guys really care for that game. It's a lot of just staring at armies and slowly going through battles, and it's not very exciting or energetic. So I like it though. When I hear a terrible pun, do I usually laugh, cringe, or find an excuse to leave the room, or all of the above? I usually laugh. I love puns. I really do. If I had a time-traveling gun that could shoot anyone or anything at any time in the past, present, or future, but only had one bullet, who or what would you shoot and when? I would probably shoot the gun out of the guy who assassinated President Lincoln. Like, I really think that was a really bad end to a president who just did his best, and maybe him alive would have had a more interesting thing happen. I don't know. I think that would be cool to see what would have happened in his future if he'd lived. What would you say if I asked to borrow your copy of the film Up, but you didn't want to give it to me, nor will you ever want to give it to me? Then I wouldn't give it to you. That's what I would do. And the most important question of all, who is your favorite Escapist 2 speedrunner? It has to be Chirping Matt. I really like watching him escape. I really love the fact that he's been a forerunner in several escapes that I show on these videos. So thank you, Chirping. I really appreciate you. Lorenzo Roncella says, your favorite prison and favorite escape. Like favorite prison overall, like, that's, again, like, I've played the game so much, it's really tough. I could only say not Fort Tundra or the HMP Offshore. Those are my least favorite. Everyone else I like for different reasons. So, take that as you will. Colin Fagan says, also, are you going to be playing more games? You betcha. We got Bomber Crew up. I'm going to be probably going back to Carried Away. I haven't finished that game, and they will be coming out with more things for Carried Away as well, for free. Because the game's technically in, like, its alpha state, and they're still adding things onto it, so I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, playing more Minecraft Story Mode when it comes out. But yeah, when I can afford to, I like trying to get new games for you to see, and then if I think I have a game in my library you already, like, that's maybe older, but you guys might like want to see, I'll try playing that as well. Magna Flaris says, Will you make prisons once custom maps are released? Will you do more streams? And if there was one tip for escaping prisons, what would it be without watching your videos? I probably won't be making the custom prisons, but I might. I like to dabble. I like to at least give it a shot and see what you guys... See, that's the cool thing. If I try doing something, like make a prison or whatever, I understand you guys a bit better making prisons, and maybe I can go and give advice for that. Will you do more streams? Absolutely. I'm going to keep doing the streams on the weekend. The problem with doing streams during the week is that because everyone is so many different places around the world, it's hard for me to figure out a good time that a lot of people will be able to watch. Usually if I stream during the week at a time that's good for me, only like 1 or 2 people show up because, well, it's maybe you're at school or you're working or what have you. So, and if there's one tip for escaping prisons, I would have to say get a guard outfit or get an infirmary outfit and love that thing. You know, it makes searching desks so much easier, and that's really the key. Like, I don't want to have to worry about a guard caring that I'm going through desks, and if I do take something from the desk and he's watching, my heat immediately jumps to max. No thank you. That's just a load off my mind. I like walking around in it. That's what I do. Dusty Cat asks, do you like Swedish meatballs? Yeah, I really do. They're delicious. Juku says, here are some questions. Favorite Escapist 2 soundtrack? Least favorite prison/escape? How old are you? Favorite food? Favorite game? Not excluding the Escapist 2. And are you going to do speedrunning? Well, my favorite Escapist 2 soundtrack, I really like The Wicked Ward. I think the ambiance is amazing, and I really like the music. It's perfect with it. My least favorite prison/escape, I think it has to go to the H&P Offshore, just because you absolutely positively have to have a red key in order to get down anywhere. So exploring that was a nightmare, because you'd get down and then you'd be like, oh, I don't have a condiment pouch, so I can't go this way. Or you get down there and be like, well, I'm going through all these red doors looking for stuff, and oh, my red key broke and I'm trapped. It was just rough. I'm 35 years old. My favorite food, if I had to go for one more food that I really, really, really like, I love my meatball subs. Submarine sandwiches are great, and the meatball sub is the pinnacle of that. I love it so much. Another favorite game of mine, I think I said all the ones that I really, really, really like. What else do I like? I don't know. I mean, I did mention briefly that I really like the Dragon Age games. And I really love Dragon Age 2 more than a lot of other people seem to. And I replayed that game a lot, and I just felt that the combat system and that was fun. And so I really like that. And I've played it a lot. And no, unfortunately, I'm not going to do speedrunning. It requires a lot more effort than I'm willing to put in, and a lot more frustration than I'm willing to put up with. I really admire Chirping Matt for being able to do that. It's pretty incredible. Holographic Shadow Gaming says, where do you live? I live in Chico, California, in the United States. That's why all the time, when I say the specific time, whenever I say when my stream is, that's why, because I'm in California. But in Japan, I will be living somewhere in the Sendai region, so I'm looking forward to that. Paris says, first, how old are you? If I'm 35. What's your favorite prison and favorite escape, and the favorite YouTube channel, and favorite person who goes on top class train rides with you? I've already said enough about prisons and escapes. Another YouTube channel that I really like is Northern Lion. He does a lot of, I think I really admire his prattle. When I say prattle, I mean it's when you're talking in a video and you just are able to keep up a constant, steady flow. Like, he's done literally thousands, I think, at this point, of Binding of Isaac videos, but he still is always able to talk and keep the content engaging. And people keep coming back to it because they like listening to him talk, and I really admire his ability to keep a steady flow of information all the time. That's pretty impressive. And of course, Pear is my favorite person who goes on top class train rides with me. If you go to his channel, he's been doing some of escapes guides of himself, and I feature in some of them, so it's pretty neat. I'll probably put a link in the description below. Infinite Arrow says, what do you think is the most funny, unique escape? I really like the Glorious Regime perimeter breakout. I absolutely adore the breakdancing, and I can get out with a grappling hook, so I really like that. Did you ever think The Escapist 2 would make you popular? I had hoped, when I realized that people were having trouble unlocking the USS Anomaly, I realized I had a shot at kind of being the only game in town, as it were. And so I just threw myself into trying to make guides. Like, if you go back and see my earlier guides, they're pretty bad. I was still learning and still kind of getting a feel for how to do things and what I was doing. And so I was really pleased to be able to start putting those out, and I was really pleased that people liked them, and here we are. What's your funniest moment on your Super Saturday / Super Sunday show? I don't think I've had a super standout moment yet on those, but my favorite, funniest moment while I was streaming was while I was streaming Carried Away. And I think I have it clipped. Like, there's one of my videos. It's called The Deadlift. It just, on stream, I managed to finish up this lift by picking up a skier that had fallen over and died and still putting them over the goal line. Totally unexpected, very funny. I really loved it. Nice work on 500, Matt. You really deserve it. You post funny videos and publicly let people join these videos. You're one of my current favorite YouTubers. Keep it up. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. When you're a content creator, when you're a creative individual just in general, it's really good to hear feedback because you're like, I think this is good. I think this is funny. I hope people like it. And you don't really know until someone says something. So that's what you have there. So I really appreciate it. Thanks. And again, I just wanted to end on a very heartfelt thank you, guys. You've been making this an incredible journey, and I'm really delighted that I get to make videos and other people really get to watch them and like them as well. And here's to, I'm really hoping to get to 1,000 and then grow from there. The future looks bright, and I've got you guys to thank for that, so thank you very much. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and remember, stay awesome.